2 minutes. 2 minutes. Of course, gone past 7 a.m. This beautiful Friday morning. Thank God it's. What's wrong with this bell? Thank God it's Friday. Yes, that's the energy for a Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend is finally here. Are you ready for the weekend? Because I am ready for the weekend. I think you all need to hurry, to Facebook and YouTube to see my facial expression. I tell you, I am super, super duper excited because it is the weekend. Yes, where the worry ends, right? So, okay. Yes, good morning to you. I trust that you all slept and woke up well this beautiful Friday morning. It is the 13th day in the month of December 2024. And I tell you, slowly but surely, we are, advancing into 2025. And maybe I'm having mixed feelings about it, well, I'm actually glad that this year is gradually coming to an end. Not gradually, it is fast coming to an end. At the same time, I don't know what 2025 holds for me or you or us as a nation, right? But I'm just going to keep hope alive and, keep hoping for the best. I think that's just, about the only thing I can do for myself right now, because I'm not God. I'm not a prophet or prophetess. I am not a seer. So I don't know. I think sometimes it's best you don't even know what is ahead, right? Just delve into it. If it comes, when you get to that, you would cross it, right? So, especially knowing that what God cannot do does not exist. So there is no amount of shaggy that we have not seen before, especially in this part of the world. So whatever it is, 2025, we are waiting patiently to receive you, honestly, right? Okay, so yes, you're probably wondering what is going on. This is the Eagles Morning Rise Breakfast Show, packed with a lot for your listening pleasure. And when I say packed with a lot, I mean every bit of what I'm saying. Like, packed with a lot, yes, because we tend to be very serious. At the same time, we also introduce or infuse this playway method just to douse the tension. I mean, we can't be talking, politics and be all serious. Please, we don't want this whole, building to, to catch fire. So we need a little bit of humor just to strike a balance, right? So on the Eagles Morning Rise, we've got the pages segment, we've got the sports segment, we've got the Eagles Outlook segment, and all of these will be accompanied with the very best of music, because why not? It is weekend. It is the weekend, baby. So come off it. I'm going to be serious at the same time, a bit playful, because all work and no play actually makes or made Jack a dull boy, right? So we started off with the news at 6:45, and this hour is where we get to take a look at the front pages of Nigerian newspapers, and it is expected that one would be serious, but when the contributions start coming in, left with no option but to laugh out so loud, or just smile. So you really can what it looks like right here in the studios, because you're not on our YouTube and Facebook pages. So hurry now to Facebook and YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, give us a like and a follow on Facebook, share our videos, drop a comment as well. That way we know you actually stopped by. It's very, very important. Some of you have complied, and I really cannot thank you enough. So hurry now to Facebook and YouTube at Eagles FM Abuja to see what I look like and what our state-of-the-art studios looks like. Yes. Okay, so this hour, like I said before, we're going to be taking a look at the front pages of the national dailies for today. Let's see what the national dailies are reporting, for today. And also, you get to call in to share your 2 cents like you always do. It does not end there, because the next hour promises to be more interesting, especially for sports lovers. You can trust Vicky Vic to do justice to that. 8 o'clock is actually built for Sport on Eagles Wings with Vicky Vic, the sports minister, the sports bishop, the sports president, the sports prophet, anything at all you can think of, that you can actually attribute to sports. You can count Vicky Vic, or trust him on that one. And of course, at the 9 o'clock hour, it will be time for us to talk politics or current affairs, if you like. And the focus, just because I love to give you a heads up, that way I keep you on the edges of your seat. The focus, on Eagles Outlook for today would be on, the bickering over the 2027 presidential, seat. We understand that politicians and groups, they already, throwing words at each other. We've seen articles, reaction. We've seen the ACN We've seen the presidency as well, that come on. And we've seen some of these political, figures, right, having closed door meetings, with their perceived, rivals. When we say rivals, that's because of the impression that we have unknowingly to all these politicians. They're all friends. They dine and wine together because how do you explain the fact that someone, an opposition, someone you consider an opposition, a political rival, right? You're not having a dinner party with a person. Like, how? That's to tell you that these people, they are one, just divided by political parties, right? So these are the issues we're going to be talking about at the 9 o'clock hour. And you know what? We made deliberate efforts to get on board an APC chieftain, who is a dead devil analyst. And I mean, there are a truckload of questions that we're going to be asking him on the Eagles Outlook this morning. The person of Sonny Sylvester Monidafe. He is the Jagabaji Meta, right? He's going to be joining us via phone at the 9 o'clock hour this morning. And it promises to be insightful, right? Revealing, if you like. So I encourage you to stay on this dial, for the best part of this morning so we can discuss, these issues, burning issues, as it were, in our dear country, Nigeria. By the way, my name is Omoefe Peace Osemere. I mean, I could talk from now to tomorrow and probably forget to even mention my name, but thank God it needs to keep my mind. So let me quickly bring you up to speed on 10 things you need to know for today. Yes, today is Friday, the 13th day in the month of December 2024. Now, the first thing I'd like you to know would be the fact that Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State on Thursday, that was December 12th, yesterday, of course, sacked the secretary to the state government, Abdullahi Bafa Bichi. He also scrapped the office of the chief of staff, which until now was occupied by Alhaji Shehu Wada Sagagi. And the governor said the former SSG was dropped on health grounds. Okay. Away from Kano State, after 35 years of active service to the country, the military on Thursday retired 656 senior non-commissioned officers. They call them the SNCOs for short, after subjecting them to a 6-month demilitarization training. Now, the retirees were disengaged from service at the Nigerian Armed Forces Resettlement Center, Oshodi, amid fanfare. And then President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will on Tuesday next week present the 2025 appropriation bill before a joint session of the National Assembly. I think I should ring the bell to that, right? But maybe not too loudly, right? Okay, so Senate President Godswill Akpabio made the announcement during plenary on Thursday. So let's just get this over with next week, Tuesday. Keep your fingers crossed and let's see how things would actually unfold. Moving on, the federal government says many states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, will comply with the new national minimum wage by January 2025. The Minister of Labor and Employment, Mohammed Mekyari Dingyadi, stated this at the ministry's headquarters, Abuja, when he received a delegation of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, ASCN, on Thursday. Still in the FCT, the police commander paraded 7 suspected one-chance robbers with 13 tinted vehicles recovered from them. Now, CP, that's the Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Rilwandisu, who paraded the suspect on Thursday, said they were arrested through a robust intelligence gathering, surveillance, and targeted interventions. Now, one would say this is a huge step in the right direction. So, of course, this one actually needs the bell to be rung. Seven suspected one-chance robbers and 13 tinted vehicles recovered from them. It does not end there. It is a collective responsibility because this feat was actually achieved through robust intelligence gathering, surveillance, and targeted interventions. So this should be a wake-up call to the residents of the FCT to stay vigilant and to report any suspicious movement around your vicinity. It's very, very important. Raise alarm, blow the whistle. All right. Moving on, the Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, General Christopher Musa, has revealed that a total of 129,417 Boko Haram terrorists and their family members surrendered to security forces between July 10 and December 9, 2024. The CDS made this revelation at the ongoing 18th Africa Security Watch Conference in Doha, Qatar, monitored, by the Daily Post, on Zoom. All right. We'll say that's also a step in the right direction, having 129,417 terrorists, their family members, security forces, they say, look, I surrender. I'm not saying that was a song they actually sang, but it's giving that kind of energy. But I'll leave it there this morning. And ahead of future elections in the country, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has recommended the use of computer-generated voting slips by those who do not have the permanent voter cards, PVCs. Speaking on Thursday in Abuja, INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu said PVCs should no longer be the sole requirement for voting, especially with the introduction of the bimodal voter accreditation system, aka BVAS. Well, this is another step in the right direction, one would say. I mean, to know that without a PVC, because when you take a look at the stress of getting the PVC, even though it is, a trend, a tradition, we are known for attending to things at the dying minute, you understand? But when you take a look at the stress you would actually pass through, to get a PVC, and maybe at the end of the day, you couldn't beat the deadline, so you couldn't get your PVC, and then on election day, you now say, oh, that's an excuse, that's why you didn't go out to vote, because you were unable to get your PVC. Now, the electoral umpire is actually recommending the use of computer-generated voting slips by those who do not have the PVCs. Isn't that a step in the right direction? I'll leave you to tinker on that. And of course, you get to share your 2 cents on that much later. And talking about the nation's currency, the Naira on Thursday depreciated to 1,668 Naira per dollar, right, in the parallel market from 1,600 Naira per dollar on Wednesday. However, the Naira appreciated to 534 Naira per dollar in the official foreign exchange market. And the ninth you need to know for today will be the fact that the Senate has urged the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, to stop further demolition of structures in the nation's capital territory. And according to the Senate, the FCT minister can only pull down those structures ordered for demolition by a competent court of jurisdiction pending investigation of its ad hoc committee. The last thing, the 10th one, would be the fact that the Senate on Thursday issued a warrant of, a warrant for the arrest of the managing director of Julius Berger Nigeria PLC, Dr. Per Lubash, for persistently refusing to appear before its Committee on Works. The resolution followed the motion moved by the Senate Minority Whip, Senator Osita Ongu, PDP Enugu West, co-sponsored by Senators Asukwo Ekpeyong of the All Progressives Congress in Cross River South and Mpigi Barinada of the People's Democratic Party, Rivers Southeast. There you have it on 10 things you need to know for today. And some of you might just be wondering, has someone if you've forgotten about the early morning crusade? I can never forget. Oh, please, the early morning crusade, it continues. Just that, talking about it almost every now and then is beginning to look like, we babies, we are adults now. We should know the right thing to do. I don't have to come on here to say it. But if I have to say it, then maybe I should continue saying it. So it won't look like, nobody actually told me, to do the right thing on a Friday. Here I am, or here we are, charging you to do the right thing today as you go about the day's business or activities. Yes. Say no to one-way driving. Say no to overspeeding. Obey traffic rules is very, very important. Say no to open defecation. Those of you that used to PC outside, anywhere you just see bush, you just go there and do your thing. It makes the city to smell. And the smell is very awful. Very disturbing smell. It's not good for our health, please. Because the harmattan is harmattaning and we cannot afford to add bad smell to it. You understand? So, please, if possible, before you leave your homes, do your thing before you leave your homes. So you don't have to be so pressed that you have to now start defecating openly. There are also snakes, so snakes are everywhere now because the weather is a bit, very cold and harsh during the day. So snakes are everywhere. When you go to the bush to defecate, now what if snake, will not say it's village people. So please, I need you to stay alive and healthy because if you're not out there, I won't be here. I definitely will be jobless and I don't want to be jobless. So your safety is, our concern. Do these things and take a minute or two of your time. Talk to someone you see on the road, the mall, the market, the motor park, bank, whatever it is. Tell the person, why we need to stay united as a nation because, again, they say united we stand, divided we fall. I'll leave it there because we have a number of national dailies to look at this morning. I've got a Punch newspaper, I've got the Daily Trust, I've got the Nation, the Guardian, and the Vanguard newspaper to look at this morning. All right, and just to give you a heads up that when the time is right, you definitely would call us to share your 2 cents on these numbers: 090-8767 888. I'll take the number again, 090-8766-8888. You can also reach us on 090-7353-0044. Send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal on 090-9705-4450. So you can actually, engage us or indulge us on these numbers, right, as we take a look at the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. Let's start off with the Punch newspaper. And the big news story on the front page of the Punch newspaper leads with local government autonomy. Federal government threatens contempt suit against errant governors. Right underneath it says, lawyers, state AGs, right, aiding governors risk LPDC sanctions. Fagbemi accuses governors of treason. You find that one on page 2. Just above it, tax reform. APC governors may meet National Assembly. ACF raises panel. That's also on page 2. And then from page 2, we head on to page 29. Imported petrol landing cost drops to 900 naira per litre. All right. And then page 41 says, State Police, NEC resumes talks January. Governors submit reports. Still on page 41, Tinubu presents 2025 budget to National Assembly Tuesday. Away from now, heading to page 7, INEC to phase out PVCs, plans diaspora voting. And then on page 37, federal government issues 1 trillion naira Sukuk bond to fund 124 road projects. Moving to page 44, Circular Road, Oyo begins fresh landowners verification. And back to page 7, Yuletide, IG orders nationwide deployment of cops. You get that story on page 7, and that's just about the size of the headlines I will be taking from the Punch newspaper this morning. The Daily Trust newspaper leads with INEC seeks legal backing for IREV. INEC seeks legal backing for IREV. Right underneath it says, proposes use of computer-generated slips for voter accreditation. Details on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And just above it, National Assembly to pass 2025 budget January as Tinubu submits proposal on Tuesday. And then, okay, that's actually on page 5. Still on page 5, Senate bars Wike from demolishing structures in FCT. Moving on to page 12, Kano governor reshuffles cabinet, drops SSG and COS alongside 5 commissioners. You might want to get, reasons why he, did a reshuffle. Details on page 12 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Governors as NEC differs decision to January. That's on page 4. And then moving on to page 20, our children pass through hell to access education. This is coming from an Abuja community. And then on page 23, insecurity, army to review operational strategies on Monday. Moving on to page 8, ACF raises experts committee on tax reform bills. And that's just about the size of it for the Daily Trust newspaper. Let's take a look at the front page of the Nation newspaper. Well, the front page is leading not too differently from the Daily Trust and the Punch. It says government, that is the kicker, tampering with council funds, impeachable offense. Tampering with council funds, impeachable offense. And right underneath it says AGF warns on consequences of circumventing Supreme Court judgment on autonomy. Now, this story, you find it on the front page, and it continues on page 4. Here is an excerpt. It says, any governor who tampers with the finances of the local government areas is seen to have committed a gross misconduct, which is an impeachable offense. So, this is most likely going to, spark views and counter views. But again, details on the front page, it continues on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Moving on to page 7, Tinubu to present budget estimate on Tuesday. All right, that's on page 4. And then on page 7, Pencom grows assets 22 trillion naira. Just above the Nation, newspaper logo, Nnamdi Kanu likely for release soon. Benjamin Kalu raises hope. You find that one on page 5. And then Aliyah to hold town hall meetings on tax reform bills. ACF raises committee. Details also on page 5. And then moving on to page 3, Labour Party heads for court after losing 5th rep to APC in 1 week. They're heading for court to do what? Okay, but that's on page 3. Still on page 3, Kano governor fires SSG, 5 commissioners, scraps COS office. All right, that's a page 3 read right on the Nation newspaper this morning. Wike threatens revocation of defaulters' land. Details on the front page. It continues right on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. And then governors embrace state police proposal for fine-tuning next month. Details on the front page. It continues right on page 4. And then NCAA OK's flight, I beg your pardon, nobody's okaying fight now, it's actually flight. NCAA OK's flight into Ekiti Cargo Airport December 15th. That's on page 6. And then still on page 6, Lagos to get new building code next year. All right, that's just about the size of the headlines I will be taking from the Nation newspaper. Do want to grab a copy to get concrete details of the reviewed headlines. The Guardian is up next. And the big news story we have on the front page of the Guardian newspaper actually concerns the male gender. Yes, it concerns the men. It says more men losing prostate cancer fight to hefty costs and late detection. More men losing prostate cancer fight to hefty costs and late detection. Now, there's a breakdown right there. It says of the cases, 31 die every 24 hours. Now, that is really, really disturbing. At least 49 cases of prostate cancer recorded daily. Death will increase to almost 700,000 over the same period, mainly among men in low and middle income countries. And then drug and daily care cost average 570,000 naira per patient. That's really a lot. That is a lot. That's quite outrageous if you ask me, but what do I know? And then anyways, that's actually the big story, and you'll find it on pages 4 and 5 of the Guardian newspaper. I just thought it wise to give you a breakdown of what that particular story is all about, right? And then this one here says Seplat finalizes $800 million acquisition of Mobil Unlimited from ExxonMobil. That is on page 3. Federal government issues 6 Sukuk bonds worth 1.1 trillion naira to finance 124 road projects. That's also on page 3. And then moving on to page 6, delays as governors, State Police take final decision in January. Moving on to page 22, local airlines roll out higher airfares for festive peak period. You find that one on page 22. And then moving on to page 28, federal government issues an ultimatum to developers on Lagos shoreline. And on page 30, Senate subpoenas Julius Berger, Berger boss, over project. And then this one here on page 7 says, stop demolitions pending investigations. Senate tells Wike. On page 6, 2027, that is the kicker. INEC plans shift to digital accreditation in new electoral reform. I said yesterday, whilst trying to get my guest, right, for the Eagles Outlook segment, I was just thinking in my head that, isn't it too early for us to start planning, the 2027 general election? We're still in 2024. Agreed, we have, less than, about 17 days, right, if I'm not mistaken, to end the month. But the way, the conversation around the 2027, election is, the way it's been heated, especially in recent times, it's quite scary. As though we're already in 2026, but they say he who plans to he who fails to plan plans to fail. So while the politicians are bickering, whilst groups are also, throwing banters at each other, gearing up for the 2027 election, INEC is also, getting ready as well. I mean, from all indication, planning a shift to the digital accreditation in new electoral reform is also, a pointer to that. But you find that story on page 6, and then on page 12, Nigeria-France Economic Pact must go beyond signatures. Nigeria-France Economic Pact must go beyond signatures. You find that one on page 12 of the Guardian newspaper, and that's just about it for the Guardian newspaper as well. I think I'll just take a breather to catch my breath. I'll be back in a bit. Right, yes, I said in a bit, and I am back, still taking a look at the front pages of the Nigerian newspapers. Let's take a look at the Vanguard. The Vanguard newspaper leads with 2026 World Cup qualification as the big news story right there. It says a mountain too high for Super Eagles. 2026 World Cup qualification. Is it a mountain too high for Super Eagles? Now, this comes with a big question mark, and it comes with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 riders underneath that headline. But I'm not going to touch on the riders because I trust Vicky Vic would definitely chew on this at the 8 o'clock hour. But you find that story on page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper. And then moving on to page 5, tax reforms bills, divide governors. Right underneath it, one of them says, meeting in Abuja ends in deadlock. Division along regional lines. Governors rush out of unusual short meeting in Abuja without communique. Decline speaking to newsmen. And the last writer says ACF constitutes committee to study bills. All right, that's on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And then moving on to page 10, Ondo workers protest. Lockout leaders over unpaid minimum wage. And then on page 9, defections, that is the kicker. Labour Party heads to court. Still on page 9, PVCs should no longer be sole requirement for voting. This is according to the electoral umpire, INEC. And then on page 34, Senate to Wike, stop further demolitions in FCT. We are not moved by sentiment, Wike, in a reaction to that order from the Senate. But you find that one on page 34 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And then local government autonomy, we will jail officials helping governors divert allocations. This is a stern warning from the federal government now, and that's also on page 34 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Just above the Vanguard logo, Okwama leaders, that is the kicker, more stakeholders condemn deaths in army detention. We are yet to get confirmation from Army. This is according to the Delta State government, and that's on page 7. And then on page 8, insecurity, governors endorse creation of state police. Moving on to page 19, pension assets to exceed 22 trillion naira by the end of 2024. That is on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper. And I'll leave it there real quick for the Vanguard and, of course, the front pages of the national dailies for today. So at this juncture, go right ahead, call us and tell us what you make of these headlines. I ruled out the numbers earlier, but I'll do that again for those who are just joining us. The numbers to call are 090-8766-8888 or 090-7353-0044. You can send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal on 090-9705-4450. Please, when you call in to share your thoughts, please do well to keep your emotions in check. All right, stay civil and avoid the use of vulgar language. Maintain 2 minutes or less. That way we can accommodate diverse views. And do not also forget to turn down the volume of your radio set. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Amafe.
Good morning,
Abdul. My name is Abdul, calling from Suleja, Niger State.
Right, good to have you.
I want to contribute on the landing cost of petrol, 900 naira. It's a good news, but we've not started seeing it in the filling station.
Okay.
I always stay on this our platform that if petrol is cheap, food in the market will be cheap. Everything will.
Okay.
Because people are really suffering. Honestly. Right. I'm really praying so that this fuel will come down.
Okay.
Then to the issue of state police, it's a good thing because if you have state police, or like in the rural areas, it is the state police that will know that there's a new visitor, there's a new person, this is how this one moves, this is the time you go out, and this is the time you come in. So state police is welcome.
All right.
So the issue of Wike, actually, what Wike is doing in FCT, I cannot say it's his fault because FCT has master plan. You see, you cannot just go and build where you are not supposed to build. And the senators that are stopping Wike, that they should not demolish. If you watch, most of them are former governors that have these buildings in Abuja, uncompleted buildings. You see them in Abuja, nobody is using them. So that's why they are calling him, so that he will stop demolition. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. God bless Igwe FM.
Thank you very much, Abdul, for your line of thought right there. Hello, good morning.
Princess.
Yes, so Prince, good morning to you.
Obasanjo from Omali, Niger State.
Prince Obasanjo, good to have you.
Thank you, Princess. Princess, so we have Arians governance.
Well.
Hey, wow, good news to add that. So we have stubborn people, even in the government. A good one, he did good. The autonomy, the Arians, when I listen to also, how the central issue is on ground in the north. All the northerners, the youth has swear for Senator Barrow, not be even small. So even his family listens to all those swear. Wallahi, you know go better, you know go better for una.
Why did they swear for him?
Hey, because of the tax bill. That is small. If you go to TikTok, Facebook, I'm telling you, I know, even his family will not allow him to even contest. Why? Because a lot of swear has been bestowed in him, like Kai. No. Not the small thing. So it's a small thing that if you do the right thing, people will support you. If you do the wrong thing, we are getting wiser with the foolishness that we are, but still we are moving forward. Why? Because if we allow that tax bill to be, not that it's not good though, but the subsidy that they remove is not good. That is why all part of the north, complete part of the north, I am telling you, just single one person, unless person that is collecting from them that will support that. But every northerner, even in the community, in the village, you will see him say no to that tax bill. Why? Because we have not seen the revenue of the subsidy, where it is, where they keep it. We don't see anything. The VAT from the electricity, we don't see it.
All
so
right.
the Arians governor, minimum wage, you should pay it. The full autonomy, you should put. That is why I am against even federal government. If the Supreme Court will come up on board and say autonomy, the full autonomy should be granted to local government, and still today nothing has been given. There is question mark. Arian governor plus the minister. Wike.
All right.
Maintain yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prince Obasanjo, for your line of thought. You speak with so much passion. I mean, all of the time. But it's okay. But these are your opinions, right? Hello. Good morning.
This
Bright, what is your surname? Hold on, what's your surname?
I don't know. I will tell you in camera.
Because I need to be breaking down your names the way you do mine. But good to have you this morning. Good morning to you, Bright.
You want to break my own habit?
Yes, I want to break it down. Bright.
Don't worry. I will tell you in camera.
Okay, thank you. So, where are you calling us from this morning?
This is guy for airport road.
All right, please go ahead.
Please, you see, sometimes when we preach things like this in this country, it seems as if to say, no, this is another issue. I'm coming from the angle of Ukwama community. Help workers with the military. And they came here and told us that everything has been settled. Every now and then, You hear that the same people are in the same military cell died there. Now this one is the second chief, and they are telling us that that place is also being held heritage since that time. Is it not the same country? Yeah? But when there's something happen in the other section of the country, you see it's being resolved, chap, and everybody goes his own way. Look at this tax reform bill now. We have some, if our talk now is saying we are disrespecting leaders, how can we have irresponsible leaders from that place that they don't know what their subjects or what their people want? How can we be drilling oil from the southeast, south, and then the oil companies have their offices in other places, and when they come there to dig the gold, they go to another place and they enjoy the money, and the tax has not been paid there. And we have a set of people that come to National Assembly here and be wearing white and cap and dancing jamboree. Look at this House of Rep, is it Deputy Speaker of War, telling us about Nnamdi. What is he telling us about Nnamdi? Is he telling us very soon? Who is telling us about that very soon? Is he not to release him? Where are those people that are, is it not in this country that Boko Haram people have been released and integrated into society? What has Nnamdi Kanu done that is too special that is in that detention camp every time? Every day telling us hope. Look at this security now. The president is saying he's going to France to what is he collecting? People that have associated with France since almost 30, 40, 50 years are running away from France. Nigerians are going to France to go and do what again? And now we are talking about boundary security with Niger, Chad, and you think that those people will be looking at us with good eyes? Okay. Why is it that the things the other people forsake, we run into it?
All right.
Hi.
All right, Bright.
Wow.
Let's leave it here. All right, and keep our fingers crossed. But thank you so much for calling. Well, we understand. I mean, according to what the Delta State government, is saying that they've not received confirmation from the military on the death of the 81-year-old treasurer of Okwama community in Ughelli South local government area, Pa Dennis Okugbaye, and this is also coming as stakeholders have condemned the death of, the octogenarian who reportedly died in Nigerian military detention on Tuesday, 6 days after the President General of the community, Pa James Ogoroko, also died in detention. So let's see, an official statement, from the state government confirming, this development. But again, this has been sparking a lot of reactions, right? Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Right, where are you calling from, Elder?
I'm calling from Kuba in Abuja here.
All right, good to have you. Please go ahead.
I'm not a politician. Let me go directly to my...
All right.
State police. In the Benjamin State Police in Nigeria, they have destroyed the whole of the security department in Nigeria. Most of the government, they have a terrorist group to win the election. They see many people in the state during the election. If they try anybody among the people, killing people in the state, because they are group of terrorists went from government form. I want to give you another example. If you ever see state high court, ever rule against any government in the state, because government appointed, the government appointed a state commissioner of police, appointed a judge in the state. Do you think that state is going to work? In the juncture, appeal state police in Nigeria, they have destroyed Nigeria. Which political party have been telling them, government, they can never handle them. Some of the government, they will use it against the opponent party. But if the opponent party win the election, it's going to dissolve the whole of the police, the state police, to form a new. And then most of the people they are going to recruit as a state police, they are going to be a party member.
So, no. We are not sure. If the people that will be recruited into the state police are going to be party members. So let's not blow things out of proportion just yet.
Hello.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
The person talking to you is a security staff.
Okay.
I work outside Nigeria, work inside Nigeria. I'm 70 years old, I'm talking to you. And then all my life, I work in security department. We know the behavior of a police in Nigeria here. I'm not a politician. I don't belong to any party. But I will only here, as God keep us alive, to advise the government the way out. If the best government state police, they have resourced everything in Nigeria here.
Okay.
And then I'm appealing to my brother, the Midland, that you cool down now. Lay arm down, because Frank Azuku is making effort to release a criminal. Let them lay arm down. Let them don't keep police again, kill them again. And they allow this man to work, woman to work, and release this man.
All
Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Elder Noja, for your line of thought. Well, like I said before, I think we can actually maintain 2 minutes or even less. Some of you are actually speaking, for about 2-3, minutes. I understand you have a lot to say, but we also have others waiting on the line, patiently, and they also would love their voices to be heard. So, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning to you. Hello? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Almighty.
Yes, good morning. Good to
My
have
name is
you.
Gigi from West End.
All right, GB, please go ahead.
Yes, Labour Party going to court. Good luck to them. They should know that these people will not be removed from the chamber until get to Supreme Court. And that will be the next year. At that time, even if court will do that, you must finish their tenure. Therefore, you should go and put yourself in order. If not, they will see this more. Then the proposal for state policing is a good one. We need that as yesterday, even though there are some pros and cons, they let us from somewhere. We can't fight kidnapping especially without state policing, because all this kidnapping are happening within the community. Intelligence gathering is very key. Even the issue of bandits, the same thing. We need to have a good state policing. It's what is happening in Southwest. Amotekun is working there, and that's one of the safest places in Nigeria today, Nigeria today. So I believe it will work. It will work fast. And the president presenting budget next week, those really please, you can still work on it. I mean, that the executive and the legislature were able to come together. They will iron out all the gray area, and then they can really pass it in the January 1st. Is it possible to do that? So my concern is that those who are always against President borrowing money should go there and tell the president not to present a budget of deficit, because they always say that the president is borrowing. Whereas the bill has been passed to become an National Assembly, you can't stop borrowing. If the budget is deficit, you mean that they cannot generate all the money to fund the budget without borrowing. But some people will always call National Assembly when they approve the borrowing. I mean, these are doing their work. The law say that become a law that they should borrow money to run the budget. Why are you not against it?
All right.
So this is the time to stop the borrowing. If they really serious.
Okay.
Don't become a radio next year and say they are borrowing. They are rubber stamp. Stop the borrowing from at the percentage of the budget. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, GB, for your line of thought. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning to you. All right. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, what is going on? You Hello, good morning. I guess your attention is actually divided. This is the way to call back. The numbers are still 090-8766-8888 or 090-7353-0044. You can send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal on 090-9705-4450. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, peace.
Yes.
Omo Ife, Her Royal Highness on radio.
Thank you. Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning. My name is You and D. I'm calling you right here in Asokoro.
You and D. Good to have you. Please go ahead.
Yes.
I would like to use this opportunity to greet Eagles FM 02.3, the radio experience you can count on.
Absolutely.
And use this opportunity to greet people of Nigeria. Yes, please, I would like to talk about the INEC. The development there is a very good one for using that slip, because he makes, especially like me, I did not vote because of one or two issues. But my main party, the one that I was supposed to use is in Kaduna. Then I have not go there to collect it. Then, so it will be a very good one, and I would like to use this opportunity to let the INEC to start registration very quickly, because this particular news is the very news that we need to as a citizen use this particular opportunity to make the change we need to do, because they have not been trying the best. So INEC should be as an umpire of electoral act, or election. We would like to use this opportunity to let them know that they should be independent as it should be.
Okay.
I know their funds are from the presidency, but they're supposed to use Yakubu Mahmoud. No matter is not the one, they have staffs across the 6 geopolitical zones. So let them do the needful by 2027.
All right.
We will get it right. Thank you, and God bless. And secondly, in terms of let me not forget about this what the Senate Street, the Minister of FCT.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good one, because they are now using their power that when the 8 years of borrowing money, they don't use that power on stopping some of this problem that most of us will merit, because I know we pay for borrowing those loans, and we do not see any impact on that fund. It's a very, very, very annoying thing.
All right, you and D.
Yeah,
Let's leave it here.
I don't want to talk to based on my doctor's report.
Thank you.
Thank God we'll be airing our voice, we'll be airing a bit. Even though we will not get in power, I know our children, we have to say something.
All right, you and D.
Everybody are listening. Thank you, my sister. Have a nice day.
You too. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, please. Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and what's
My name is Honorable Edwards.
All right, please go ahead, Honorable.
Sorry, I said the message. That message should not be considered.
Okay. All right.
I want to talk about this Senate advising Wike not to investigate before demolition. Honestly speaking, my house was demolished under Erifa. It was a road on the problem. Wike is doing the right thing. But the truth of the matter is that what Wike is doing now is at the wrong time, considering the economic situation in Nigeria. If anybody else is demolished now, imagine we are all of us. We are all human. We need to consider how ourselves first before taking a decision. This is very reversible. This is FCT. We are a lot of those from Adamawa, from Kaduna, from Lagos, from Rivers, from Cross River, and like that. Some of us, if they need them, they may result in a journey kidnappers. I'm telling you, we should reconsider his action. It is a second development. The key is when the economy is stabilized, people are so that they wish. I mean, a lot of people are making money because they have deals illegally in one or two places. But the truth of the matter still remains that it is at the wrong time. We should not continue with donation. I have where I'm living, nobody will donate. I'm talking on behalf of the poor. We need to understand that this country is our country. We should consider this thing. Our Senate if our Senate can be taking this type of decision, we will appreciate them. Okay. And they should not stop here, they should also intervene in fuel subsidy. They should say in refineries too. Why are they not asking about refineries? They should also talk about that.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable, for your line of thought right there. So I'll just head on to the WhatsApp portal now to take, the contributions that we have on the WhatsApp portal. We have this one from Comrade Ulo Basi, right, from Buari, Abuja. He says, good morning and happy weekend, Yomoife. Yes, happy weekend to you too, sir. It is advisable to tell the FCT minister, yes, on weekend, to take it easy on demolition of structures in the city. He should be reminded that nobody is the greatest, especially when it comes to inflicting pains on defenseless citizens, especially the low-income earners. The former FCT minister, Nasser El-Rufai, is a living testimony of a leader who was believed to be a strong man in that sense, but where is he today? It's good, especially to those in the corridors of power, to always remember that nothing lasts forever, and what will one be remembered for at the end of the day? May God Almighty save us from ourselves. Amen. Comrade Ulobasi from Buari, Abuja says, good morning to you too. Thank you so much for your message. And then we have this from Chinonso from Suleja says, state police is not a bad idea, but in Nigeria, we abuse everything. Once state police is approved, politicians will corrupt them. Democracy in Nigeria has different meaning from the definition we all know. Same thing will happen to state police. Chinonso from Suleja, thank you for your message. And then we have Abbas reporting from Dutse. He says, good morning, Omoife. I think our INEC chairman is not getting it right. Let INEC meet with fintech banks to borrow their interest system. It will help them. If people can get their ATM cards, in less than 20 minutes, why can't people get their voters card in less than, voter cards rather in less than 30 minutes? If INEC is serious about revamping her system, it should upgrade, to allow all eligible voters to vote anywhere, just as you can use your ATM anywhere. No need traveling to go to your place or registration to go and vote. There is no need for INEC trying to use slips again. That's a step backward. Let our INEC chairman go back and carry out a pilot study. He will understand how to improve on what is on ground. He went further to say that for PMS landing cost going down to 900 naira is a lie. It's all a lie. Okay, there is no time landing cost was high because we now have Dangote refinery working. They are now lying to Nigerians to cover up their wrong, deceptive price mechanism. Okay. This same landing cost, they were jacking up almost every day to unceremoniously increase pump price. With Dangote refinery, a lot of this deception by oil marketers will end. Ideally, fuel in Nigeria ought not to be more than 300 naira to 400 naira per liter. Abbas from Dutse says, thank you so much for your message, right? And with regards to, the electoral umpire, you said something about no need to travel or no need traveling to go to your place, or registration to go and vote. There is something called vote transfer. If you're not aware of that, that has actually been in existence. So even if you are from Delta State, you can actually transfer it to Abuja so you can, cast your vote here in Abuja. That has actually been in existence for quite some time now. We have this message here from Ogenemano Austin from Ado Nasarawa State. It says, government should expedite action on the creation of state police and stop the foot dragging that has been on all these years over the. Thank you so much, Ogenemano Austin, for your message right there. So let's quickly take a listen to some of the voice notes that we have on here.
Good morning, Omoife. Good morning, Egusefe. My regards to my namesake, Daniel. My name is Daniel from Kurudu. I think for Senate to hold FCT for further demolition is a welcome development. There is nothing as frustrating as a man being removed from his own house. It's a very, very frustrating situation for any human being to face. But nevertheless, this is a wake-up call to FCT residents. You see, there is a lot of illegal structure. You see some people build a house worth over billions of naira in illegal area. Why not you look for a good place, a genuine place to invest your money to build your house instead of you building a house in a place that you know that is illegal, knowing truly well that within some specific time, demolition may catch up with you. So it's a wake-up call for every resident in FCT. Thank you for this opportunity you are giving to us, and I want to use this to remind our president that there is so much hunger in the land. Let him do something in this youth that there is no cash, there is no money. For you to withdraw 5,000 in Kurudu, you are paid 300 to 250. Government should do something about it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel from Kurudu. Thank you so much for that message. Will scarcity be enough, to really address the situation on ground where people are now buying money with money? All right, is it scarcity or crunch? Whatever it is, the banks, the CBN, something needs to be done as soon as possible, fast as possible, as quickly as possible. I mean, if that makes any sense. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Omoife. My name is Salasi. Sending this voice note from Turkey. I want to start by greeting Elder Omega. I want to start by greeting Bright. Obasanjo from Andy. BB is the name that I hear you some days. I think day before yesterday. There's this woman Talatu is the name that I hear her calling this radio station. Triple D from Waru. I greet you, sir. I greet Olu Suleiman, original Fulani man. Are you in Abuja? I want to talk about appreciate you by appreciating your radio station. I'm telling you, I want to sincerely appreciate the management, the staff, the people behind the scene for always giving us this newspaper review. I don't take it for granted. I listen to this your radio station even Saturday and Sundays. That is equal, and you keep soaring higher, higher, higher by the grace of God. I don't have much to say than to say any governor that can't pay minimum wage should resign. Any governor that can't pay minimum wage should resign. These are these people with the huge amount of allocation given to them. What are they using this money for? Are they using this money for their children, for their great grandchildren? No. A governor that can't pay minimum wage should resign. Thank you for giving me the privilege once again. Nagode, I'm very grateful.
Nangode Kware Salasi, thank you so much for that voice note. And then this last message I will be taking from Comrade Abdurrauf from Suleja says, well done, Omoife, thank you. Laws we have in the country, they are not working. Hence, there is lawlessness everywhere. The issue of demolition buildings in Abuja is on road track. If people are not building according to Abuja master plan, those that are shouting above their voice on the demolition are those who have not followed due process according to AMP. It is because we are not enforcing our laws, and that is why we find ourselves here. We should not shout fire, fire where there is no fire. Wike is doing the right thing. People should learn to do the right thing and follow due process. Kudos to Eagles FM. Comrade Abdurrauf from Suleja, thank you so much for that message. All right, let's leave it here this morning because of time. And I tell you, Vicky Vic is somewhere around, waiting to bring you up, to speed. But Vicky Vic, I also have a question to ask you. I hope you'd actually take, the sports program from, this question. It says, that's actually the big news story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. It says 2026 World Cup qualification. Is it a mountain too high for Super Eagles? I'm also asking you too. So when you come on here, please answer my question. Thank you so much. And don't forget, I'll be back at the 9 o'clock hour where we talk, current affairs. And today we're going to be talking about, 2027, even as politicians and groups are already bickering over the presidential seat. So we're going to be having this conversation with an APC chieftain. So get ready. All of the questions that you have, are bothering your mind or boggling your mind. Get ready to call in at that time to ask these questions. My name is Omoife Peace Osemere, and like I'd always say, that the views expressed were not influenced by Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja. Good morning.